It's really kind of interesting. All of these buildings are empty now. They're being gutted, and they're going to be demolished soon into 2011. A whole new housing complex will be built here in Quartier, Saint-Remy, in Saint-Denis, France. Oh, good, here's my bus. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, no, that's not my bus. Alright, sit back down again. That was too good to be true. These guys here are speaking Italian. A lot of people here speak Italian. It's a very popular language in Saint-Denis. I speak it with Ricardo, who does my framing. He is at Gallery Atelier Horus here in Saint-Denis. He hung one of my pictures upside down, and I've got some more things for him to frame. Yeah, all of these buildings are about to become history. My spouse is wondering about how they're going to do a controlled demolition. There's a big highway right nearby here, and there's a tramway and a big street and a lot of buses, a lot of people. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll try to video it for you if there's still a world next year, which I'm sort of beginning to doubt that there will be, you know. I hope you've heard about Cynthia in the Gulf of Mexico. Apparently, BP created a single-strand genome type of thing to eat the oil, and it's a DNA replicator. And they call it Cynthia, I guess, because it's synthetic. It's very scary, you know. This stuff is loose. It's a toxic soup down there in the Gulf of Mexico. I saw in the French newspapers about 2 weeks ago, one of my students, well, not one of my students, but a student in Nanterre showed me a newspaper article saying that the Cubans had asked the United Nations to be relocated out of the Caribbean. They want, as a nation, to be relocated, not for political reasons, but for environmental reasons. There are a lot of wild rumors going around about Obama, but I think it was certainly a strange time for him to visit the East. He didn't seem to give people much information, and this is definitely a time in which Americans need to be reassured. I do know that the problems with ATMs in the United States is real. I had one myself. I did notice since August of this year, nobody accepts dollars anymore here in France, and my American credit cards are not welcome anymore. And I was not able to reach Chase Bank for 5 days 2 weeks ago. The phone number had a strange ring to it, sounding as though it was coming from another country, going to another country. And eventually I got a human on the line, and I said, "What are you people doing?" I used to work for the New York Fed, and you're supposed to have a 24/7 hotline, and if I can't reach you for about 5 days, this does not reassure me, and I should think that Americans will panic if they have trouble using their debit cards or getting cash out of dispensers. You know, if there was some problem with the internet, they should just say it, really. They should just say it. They should just go public about it. Not reassuring. Personally, I think the U.S. is broke, and it is a statistical, mathematical certainty that they will go broke at some point in time. Very soon. Very, very soon. I'm hearing a lot of wild rumors. I'm seeing a lot of despair from Americans, and actually the economy here has picked up rather nicely, especially in Saint-Denis. And a sure sign of that were all the strikes that we had this fall. You know, as soon as things pick up, the labor unions will jump in and ask for more money and a better deal. They won't do that in very bad times. They'll wait until things start to pick up again. So it's about 4:05. I have an appointment at 4:45. Even if the bus is as late as they say it will be, I should be in La Plaine fairly soon. I've got to see a doctor down there for some idiotic formalities, you know. So all this will be gone very soon. Quartier Saint-Remy in Saint-Denis, outside of Paris, France. You see, there's a lot of litter here on the grounds. You don't see that in Paris. They do clean Rue de Strasbourg at least 3 times a week, and we have city gardeners here and stuff, and there's a lot of care and attention paid to the green spaces here. But people here are terrible, terrible litter bugs, and all I can do is just pick up the trash and get it in the trash bins. I don't know if you believe it or not, but Osama bin Laden supposedly is hating on France. I don't believe it, you know, and I asked some of my students about it. I'm still not formally engaged. I'm not really sure that I have a job, but I do lecture. And one of them said that he saw something on CNN that looked like Osama's face from before 2001, but the words were new. And he did find it very strange. Really very strange, you know. I think they try to make all these enemies where few actually exist. You know, think about, there's parents bringing their kids home from school. Think about why all of these enemies are created and why war and military stuff is propagated. Yeah, he just gave her his seat. It's very nice. Yeah. So, this is life in the banlieue, in the ghetto here. I call this the Harlem of France. And we are all getting along, I think, pretty well. Most people here are getting back to work. They're figuring out something to do. I'm up for a bunch of jobs. I could have had a job in China a couple of weeks ago. And finally, I'm getting the chance to apply for full-time salaried work in Paris with benefits, which is very encouraging. It's not easy when you're over 40, believe me. All right, so I will let you go, and I guess I will talk to you later.